All right. Hey, everyone. So today we got Tyler here on the interview, and today we just want to get to know Tyler, who he is, and why he got started in the fitness industry, what his approach is, and if there's any kind of story that you have to tell Tyler that really got you into this field, I would love to hear it, and I think a lot of people would love to hear it as well. So thank you, Tyler, for coming on, and we can't wait to hear your story.
Thanks. Thanks, Jeremy. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, so a little bit about me. I got into this space about 3 years ago, kind of by accident, to be honest. I was working a corporate job and also kind of going through my own weight loss journey while being in the corporate space. I'd gained a bunch of weight and kind of ended up seeing a picture of me one day, and I was on a bachelor party with my best friend. And I saw that picture and I was like, holy cow, like that's not the guy that in my head I want to see. And started kind of losing weight, really getting back into, nutrition and training. Lost the weight, got to a good weight, about 180 in time for the wedding that he was in. And, around that time, people started asking me all the questions of like how I was losing weight and what I was doing. So I kind of fell into it in the sense that I started trying to help people just without charging that way, and just telling them what I was doing and explaining, how I got to where I was at. And then the manager at the gym that I was at asked me if I wanted or had ever thought about doing personal training, and I never thought about it until I started noticing that I was getting a lot more people asking me to help them. And so I said yes. I quit my corporate job and went full speed into personal training. Had to go the fast route with getting certified online and doing it all on my own. And 3 years later, here we are, own my own business, Newton Fitness, one-on-one personal training, and recently taking up nutrition coaching. So sorry about that.
No
My
worries.
dogs are in the background barking. So I just got a delivery, I think.
Yeah, no,
So,
man.
but yeah, that's me.
That's awesome. Like, I think it's really cool that you have a story where you said like people were starting to come up to you and asking you like
Yeah.
why you got into it, and like what you were doing. No, sorry, not why you got into it, but why like what were you doing? Like what were you doing that was different than everyone else who wasn't doing? And I think it's cool that you found a passion through that and was able to now help people. Um, what would you say is like your favorite thing about coaching? Like why do you enjoy it? Like why do you like to see people reach their goals?
Um, uh, sh- the biggest reason that I got into coaching, and the biggest reason I still enjoy it, is I just love taking people that have had this vision of where they want to go and then helping them achieve that their way. I know that I have my way, but everybody is different. And I love coaching around the person and not around me. I know what I'm good at, but like, what are you good at as a person? So, if you want to do, bodybuilding type exercises and you want to gain a bunch of muscle, then cool. Let's do that. If that's your vision, to get bigger and stronger, then I'll take you through that journey. If your journey is weight loss, but you're a picky eater, then let's try to figure out like what you can eat that's going to help you lose the weight, and find a diet that works best for you. There's no one fit all diet out there. So I just enjoy getting people from where they are to where they want to go. And I like doing it their way, creating autonomy in their life. That's the biggest thing.
Well, I really like how you went off and saying like there's no one size fits all, because in the end there isn't. Like everyone has a different goal, everyone has a different vision, everyone has a different outlook on how they want to approach their goals. But if you can, as a coach, and which it sounds like you do, is like if you can give them an approach that they are able to enjoy and able to actually look forward of doing, like that's the win in the end, man. Like I think that's the biggest thing is a lot of people nowadays, they look at the fitness industry or the nutrition coaching and it's like, well, I got to eat chicken, broccoli and rice for every single meal and I can't enjoy life. And it's and again, me and you sitting here, like we're obviously on the end of fitness is our passion. So we're obviously
Yeah,
going to love doing the things we do, and it's going to be a little bit more stricter than the average person, but it's because we love to, like, that's something that we have a passion for. And yeah, we might be a little bit more structured, or we might make more sacrifices. It's not because we're like, oh, this is how you have to do it, but it's just because we love to do it like that. And
absolutely.
that's the thing, right? And in the end, and that's
Yeah,
why we're the ones being able to help those people, is because that's what we want to be able to achieve for people, is just some enjoyable, healthy way of doing things. And I love that that's kind of the approach that you have, and because there needs to be more people like that, man. So that's awesome. I appreciate that, just from another coach's um, view as well. So
yeah, man. I always tell people you gotta train the client for who they are and meet them where they are. Not everybody's going to be where we are at. They're not going to be as structured, or they're not going to realize like what to do or what's acceptable. And so many people think that when they go off of like their diet, that like it's the end of the world. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I have like an untracked meal, or better yet, like right now, like, every night before I go to bed, because I need to get close to 3,500 calories. Like I eat a PB&J before I go to bed every night. Like who the heck doesn't want to do that and still look good? Like if you can coach a client to eat a PB&J every night before they go to bed and they still look the way they want to, like that's a win.
yeah.
And I just love showing people the different ways that they can achieve their success, because their success, although it's a success for me, like they need to know that, you know that they did it, like not me. I helped guide you, yes, but ultimately it comes down to the old saying of, you can lead a horse to the water but you can't make him drink it. So I'm just trying to show you how to get there, and you gotta drink the water and do it your way. And I think when people get to do it kind of their way, they're able to sustain it a lot longer than being super strict in one way.
Oh,
So
I 100% agree, man. And that's awesome. Like yeah, like you said, you can't save anyone. You can only guide them. You can't
yeah,
save the person. You can only guide them in the right direction. And in the end, like if they really want it, they're gonna do the work that they have to do, and they're gonna have you there to support them through it. And I think that's like the biggest outlook that we can have as coaches, is that we're just there to support and guide in the right direction, and let people know like, hey, this is actually enjoyable, and like this can be fun. You just gotta first want to be able to work on it and change those habits that you've created for your whole life, and understand that it will take a lot of time, but with time you will get to where you want to be. And depending on how extreme your circumstances, it's going to take a lot longer than somebody who isn't as extreme circumstance. And that's okay, but in the end you'll get there. It just takes some time and consistency. My next question,
absolutely.
man, is there anything right now you have in the works, any ebooks, any projects that you want to talk about, or mention here on the interview?
Yeah, I mean, the main thing that we have cooking right now is our APV method. So that's inside our 90 days fitness independence. It's our online training and nutrition coaching. So myself and my business partner, um, we created that during the COVID epidemic, so to speak, when we were shut down, had a lot of time on our hands, and noticed we had to switch up our styles, because we both work at the same gym. And we decided like, hey man, like we need to get ourselves out there, into the world, and start helping more people and creating impact. So we came up with our program, and then inside of that, we didn't even realize it until later on when we were building it out, what we were actually coaching people on, which was the APV method. And so now we're going all in on that and trying to help people find that. And if they want to know more, they can find me, Newton Fitness, or just search my name, Tyler Newton, in Facebook. I accept pretty much everybody, as long as you don't look like a bot nowadays, since we have a lot of those roaming around. But yeah, search me there. I'll be happy to go more in depth with that. I know we're on a time crunch, but I'd love to help more people with that, or
Yeah,
inside
no,
of that.
yeah, I'm gonna also link everything, so we can talk about at the end here just what you want to link in, and I'll throw it in the notes, and making sure that we got everything available for everyone, because I do think that it's important to be able to have a different outlook. And
Yeah.
you have something that you offer that I can offer. And I think that's what sets us apart as coaches, but at the same time, we can work together and help people. And that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I'll make sure to do that. But yeah, man, like any
Appreciate it.
final thoughts, anything you want to say? Is there anything that you have an outlook on that you just kind of want to leave with people before we end this call here?
Yeah. The biggest thing that I have for people is just, I say it all the time, but just, find the autonomy in this coaching space and in your fitness space, so find the freedom to do it your way. Don't look at us and try to mimic us or, anybody else out there that's influencers. You got to find your way of doing it and find your way of what makes you happy around your lifestyle. And just understand that, we didn't get to look the way we are overnight. For us, it's a continuous journey. It doesn't just stop when we hit a certain weight or goal. So once you hit one goal, keep going, keep pushing, because, everything should be evolving over time. And just don't set yourself up for one goal. Hit that goal and keep going, and then tack on another goal and build upon your habits in your daily life. And if you keep creating daily habits, you're going to be successful. So just, that's it, man.
That's
I
awesome,
try to
man. I love
try to
it.
keep it short and sweet.
I love it, man. That's awesome. That's actually a great way to end it off. And I just want to say I really appreciate you hopping on this call and taking your time to do it, because I know you're a busy guy, and sometimes it's not easy always to plan stuff. But I know, like I said, I really
No,
appreciate you hopping on and doing this today.
no, man, absolutely, man. I love hopping on calls. I love talking to other coaches, and I love just helping other people, man. So if people can get some value out of this and it helps them in their life and their journey, and I've created impact for them, then it's 100% worth my time. And that's all I can, ever give is my time. And I hope people find their impact too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, yeah.
so
That's one thing, man. With people, it's like you said, and I think this is something that will stick. Is you got to find something that works for you and enjoyable, and that's one thing that I wish for everyone in the end, and I know you do too. So,
yep,
um, yeah, I just thank you again, and I will make sure to put everything in the notes for everyone to see. And I
awesome.
just want to say thanks, man, again, and I hope everyone has a great rest of their day. And thank you for listening. Check out Tyler; he's an awesome dude, and I appreciate everyone watching. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.
Thank you, Jeremy.